Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about you, your money, and your business. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel already. I love you too. Alright, so I'll be talking today about my 5 Naira story. It's a personal story that I feel I should share because one or two persons out there might just need to hear this. So, not to waste much of your time, I'm going to dive right into the story. Who's ready for my story? Story! Diving right into my story, when I was my 100 level, I wanted to undertake a particular project that was going to cost me 160,000 Naira to carry out. And I had made a promise to myself that I wanted to carry out that project without my parents' money being involved, without anybody assisting me, more like saying without going to somebody to collect the money to do that project. I wanted to get out that project myself. Now, I was taking that challenge with no job. It's not like I was working. I was a student, my 100 level, don't forget. And it was my responsibility to figure out how I could gather the money. So the story is around how I gathered that money. I just want someone to listen to the story because it will encourage you. So the first thing I did was I opened a different account, like another account, bank account, such that when my parents send me the money they send to me for the week, I will take out, no matter how little, even if it is 1,000 Naira, I will take it out and put in that second account. So that second account was like a no-go area. It was a no-touch account specifically for the project, and I could use it to track my progress for the project. So I kept doing that, but that was not going to give me the money. I mean, how was I going to get, let's even assume I was taking out 1,000 Naira every month, every week. In a month I get 4,000 Naira. In a year, how much? Is it going to give me 160,000 Naira? No. So I started thinking about different things to do that could help me get the money. And one of the things I thought about doing is what makes the story really interesting and why you want to listen to the story. So then, setting up a recharge card and making a phone call was a thing. It's not like now that we just use bank and then you recharge your phone and all of those. You would have to go buy a recharge card from a vendor. So I started selling recharge card in my room, from my room to my floor, from my floor to my block. You know, I was being known for recharge card selling and making up phone calls. Now, here is the best part of this selling of recharge card. When I was going to start this business, I had some people telling me, of all businesses to do recharge card, you can't make money from recharge card. They were not lying, okay? Because when I first started, my profit was like just 14 Naira. Now, here is the deal. It felt like the profit was just 14 Naira, yeah? But the secret is, the faster you sell your card, the more money you make. Now, I started that business with just 1,000 Naira capital. So the 1,000 Naira I wanted to put in the bank for 1 week, for a particular week, I decided to use it to launch the business. And when I started getting my 40 Naira, 15 Naira, 16 Naira profit, I would gather them. When it became like 500 Naira, I used it to top up the capital to like 1,500 Naira, and then I could buy a larger quantity than I would buy with just 1,000 Naira. So I kept doing that, and I kept reinvesting my profits to the amount I wanted to have as capital. I think I reinvested up to 5,000 Naira, and then I told myself that was the cap I wanted to keep for that business capital. So when I started making profits, remember that because I'm increasing my capital, I'm getting faster profits than I would get on a normal day. So I could get profit of like say 200, 300 when I purchase and all of those things. And what I started doing is, I would take the 200 Naira profit, I would keep it. I would make a 900 Naira profit, I would add it to the 200, I would keep it. When it becomes 500 Naira, I would change it to a 500 Naira single note, and I would keep it. Now, I would do that again repeatedly, and when it's like 1,000 Naira, I would take that 1,000 Naira to the bank, okay? I would queue up at the bank to pay in my 1,000 Naira. Now, when I stand at the queue, sometimes a very long one, So annoying. A very long one. But I knew I wanted to do something with that money. So I would stay right there at the queue and pay that money. Now, I would do that to the point where I would have been able to gather, say, 5,000 naira in my account or 10,000 naira in my account, and then I would move it to the person who was supposed to help me carry out the project. I was doing this consistently, and guess what? I know recharge card was not so going to help me get the money faster. So when Ankara work came out back then in university, when it started doing this Ankara pulse, Ankara, if you're Nigerian, you will know what that means. You would know Ankara purse, Ankara slippers, Ankara earrings, and all of those things. I learned it, and I made small money out of that. And every money I made out of it was strictly for my project. Like every money I was making for me that time was for that project. So I would take the money also, take to the bank. The same thing I was doing for my recharge card business, I was doing for my Ankara work. I learned how to make bow ties. I would put the money, the profit I would also make, I would also put it in the account. I don't know how many of you know that twine work, like a rope you plait. You could plait bag with it, you could plait purse with it, you could plait even slippers and palms with it. So I learned it, I did it, I made small sales out of that too, and I was putting the money inside the account. And they seem like a little amount of money, but in 3 years I was able to gather up to 90,000 naira. Okay, they felt like they were small. Don't forget, I started out with a business that it looked like my profit was just 14 naira. Yeah, something very easy to discard, but there I was with a 90,000 naira in my account, or 90,000 naira being gathered. So what I did was I collected the remaining, I had to borrow the remaining amount of money for that project to top up the 90,000 naira, got at the project, launched it, and then I sold, I gave back the money I borrowed. That was how I was able to launch it. Now, the story I'm trying to share is my 5 naira story, which is saying the seemingly insignificant money that I was able to gather got me something that I dreamt of becoming. Got me something that I dreamt of bringing out. Yeah? So this is like saying to you that do not ignore the little money that come your way. Don't get so, oh, what am I going to do with 20 naira? Look, if you have 20 naira 5 times, that is 100 naira. Okay? If you have 100 naira 10 times, that is 1,000 naira. If you have 1,000 naira 10 times, that is 10,000 naira. So you don't want to ignore the little money that comes your way. You want to save it up. You want to invest it. You want to make the best use of it. So don't get discouraged that you're not getting everything you want, like you're not getting all the money you want right now. I want you to understand that the little money that comes your way sometimes are just all you need. Okay, remember what they say about little drop of water makes a mighty ocean. So I don't want you to ignore the little money that comes your way this year. I want you to understand that it is the little money that makes up the big money you desire. So it's my 5 naira story, and I hope that story encourages you to not despise your little beginnings and to not despise the little money that comes your way, and to make the most of it. Set strategies on how you can get this money. Okay, today I'm not doing Ankara work, they were just strategies, they were just a means to an end for me to gather the money that I needed for that project. And today I'm happy that I did all of those. Yeah, knowledge not wasted, money gotten. So you don't want to, you might just want to think about things like think about things in that direction and make the most of your finance. I hope my story is helpful for you. I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things from my story. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening to my story, and I hope that the story is helpful. If you find the story helpful, please do not forget to like, do not forget to comment, and do not forget to share. And if you ever subscribe to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel also. Thank you so much, and do enjoy.